Shout out to the tropical people. We are tropical
the
people.
tropical people.
Shit.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know how I feel,
The
we are
tropical Alexa.
tropical people.
Alexa, disconnect my phone.
We are tropical people, and we belong in the sunshine. We belong with the ocean breezes.
I agree with that.
We belong with the palm trees and the sand. We are a tropical people.
I agree with that.
Hey.
Yo, welcome to episode 33 of the Brunch podcast.
Hey, good people. How are you all doing?
Some technical situations going on over here. I'm going to have to figure that out.
To the Key Grip Guy. But as always, welcome to the Where's Brunch podcast. And for those of you who are new listeners, we ask that you like, subscribe, comment, and share with your local friend group so that they are exposed to the fantasticness of the Where's Brunch podcast.
I like that word.
Yeah.
Fantasticness.
We are fantastic.
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. For the grandparents and the haters.
Hey.
They said that all that's on Facebook is grandparents and haters.
Grandparents and haters and the children who say it's only for old people.
They're on there though, watching the old people. Yo, man. Hilarious. How are you, yo?
I'm tipsy as a movo.
Let me listen. Woo! I don't know what the title of this pod is gonna be, this episode. But
my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
There's some tipsiness going on, as y'all can tell.
You guys, it is National Rosé Day.
Hey.
And we are coming fresh. We are fresh off of attending the National Rosé Day extravaganza at Unwind in Alexandria, Virginia.
Bellevue.
And we are tipsy.
We've talked about them before.
We have talked about them before.
That's family. They family now.
As our neighborhood watering hole.
Jess, you family now, Jess.
Hey, Jess. What's happening?
I don't know if you knew what you was getting into. You family now.
But we came home with styrofoam cups.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we did. And I have a bourbon-based slushy situation, and you have...
I have a frosé, ladies and
frosé
gentlemen.
situation. Mine's peach bourbon.
And this is after 15 tastings.
15 tastings of rosé wines. Bubblies and distilled. Is that accurate?
Bubbly and still.
Oh, and still. God, which one is I thought you said it's distilled, no?
No, distilled is y'all spirit stuffed.
No, okay, yours is just
It's still wine.
Okay, anyway.
So we not only had that, but then we slid over next door to Revel.
There was a sliding that happened.
There was a sliding that happened to Revel restaurant directly next door to Unwind, where we enjoyed rosé cocktails. Shout out to Nikki.
Nikki Alexis Drake.
Nikki Alexis Drake on Instagram. Go follow her. And I had a rosé flight.
You had a rosé flight.
I had to do it.
A rosé themed cocktail that she came up with on the spot.
On the spot, y'all. And it was strong.
It was very
it was strong.
Booze forward is what we like to say.
It was strong like
bull. Booze forward. Because she knows the kind of cocktails that I get down with. Usually whiskey cocktails, but this is a rum based cocktail. Dope event, yo.
Dope event. I mean, shout out to the 3 stations for wine tasting in Unwind. That were 5 wines in each station, clearly, because it totaled 15 that we tried. And then a couple of secret squirrel situations happening. Secret squirrel happenings. And so it was a really great wine event. And then a lot of folks moved over from the actual tasting event to the restaurant. So that the restaurant was on like 1,000 while we were over there. Like I said, we had wine cocktails, rosé cocktails, and I had the rosé flight. We made friends with new people. Shout out to Teague. She hung out with us. She sat with us. Shout out to Michelle. Shout out to Queenie. all the folks
You're
that
so
we
good
met
with
today.
names. I'm horrible with names.
We had a really good time today. And it's great because we were just like in the neighborhood.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
The whole rose theme situation, the pink dress. You're. Am I supposed to be distracted by my own wife's titties?
Hey, they're your,
Because they are tittying.
They're
The boobs are boobing.
they're your boobs.
They are popping.
Hey, yeah. Shake things on the boys to the young.
Oh God.
But it ain't yours.
Oh Lord. My jokes don't even hit the same when she tipsy like this, y'all.
I mean, but my tits are, they're good.
They're titting.
Yeah.
The tits are titting.
The tits are titting.
There's gonna be a lot of. There might be a lot of beeps in this one. A good day for sure, man. We had a lot of fun today. We were looking forward to this, and I'm glad we got out to do that.
I'm glad. I was really looking forward to it, and it was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. I just didn't anticipate how tipsy I would be afterwards.
Yeah, it's a serious situation.
Because I tried to proposition for pre-sex before the podcast, but it didn't work.
Yeah, like if that was gonna go down, then there's no pod. Then we have to lie. We're gonna lie to y'all. We're just gonna lie to y'all. So that had to not happen in order for this. I had to put myself in producer mode, and say, you know what? Let me go set this shit up here.
We gotta wait.
We gotta wait, y'all. We gotta wait, y'all.
But I tried.
Waiting might result in her falling asleep and me sitting there. It might. That's the way it goes sometimes. It's okay.
Or
we are here for. Or it could result in activity. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Beans down there having a good time with his little thread. He'll poop it out. Don't worry about it. He'll poop it out.
Yeah, but you got to keep it spicy. So we come home from an event and I'm feeling a little.
Well, let's not that this is. I don't know if this is where are we really starting the podcast with this? Because do people really care about our day-to-day activity? I don't know. But this is what happened. We were in the Rose event starving. We had our minds set on some very unhealthy hamburgers and waffle fries from the neighboring hamburger spot.
Yes,
we
Bun
leave
Papa.
the joint. We walk over to Bun Papa. Just to find out that they now have hours that stop at 4 p.m.
Where they do that at? Can you tell me where they do that at?
I'm a little perturbed by this.
Listen.
Because we love that place and we never order food from there that early.
All of COVID, everybody on the block.
So we
know that we order at least at 5 o'clock.
At least
later.
after 6.
Least
so
after
we walk
6.
back to unwind. We get our slushies. We have drunk talk for a few minutes.
Shout out
and then
to
I
the
ordered the
slushies.
Uber and we get home and order another unhealthy selection, Five Guys, which worked out really well because we were very, very hungry and there was no way we were going to do this pod with that level of tipsy with no food inside of us.
But I did proposition for sex after the meal.
And like I said, you know what I'm saying? Either it be sex and y'all never know about it, or no sex and y'all hear about us having no sex. Oh man. It's crazy, man. What's good though? What's going on? What we talking about today?
We have so many things to grapple with.
We actually don't have that many things.
We do have things to grapple with. First of all,
I think that's Rose Day.
Let me welcome all the new listeners, the new followers. Thank you guys so much. As a result of the algorithm and Instagram sharing us a lot more, we have tons of new followers, commentators, and all those things.
Y'all, the whole spanking your kids thing.
Spanking your kids.
Whooping your kids thing.
Whooping and beating.
Turned into a thing.
And I just want to say, for everyone that commented, because it was up to like 80 plus comments before we got on here today.
It's way more than that.
It's probably way more
There's
than that.
There's thousands of views on this.
Watch the full podcast of last week's episode to see what we speak on in relation to slavery and beating children.
Yeah, something can be rooted from one thing and not be exactly the same. That's
Right.
but we're not gonna get into that.
Yeah.
I'm not into explaining ourselves or trying to clarify things.
But
for
you ain't
people.
got to beat your kids.
Yeah. So that turned into a thing. So
Yeah.
definitely.
It's been
Shout
a
out to the new
full
listeners.
week of that.
The new listeners. Promise, we're not usually this tipsy going into a podcast.
Let me tell you something. If you try 15 wines
Yeah, that was a lot.
and you come on to do a podcast, you're going to be leaning to the side.
Lean into the side.
Leaning.
Yo, what's some of your top hip hop moments of all time?
Well,
That is the question I've had on my mind heading into this pod.
in this era of the 50th anniversary of hip hop.
50th anniversary of hip hop.
Yeah, this the 50th anniversary of hip hop. I am 47, so hip hop started 3 years before I came into existence, and I got to remember the things that impacted me.
Yeah.
So one of the first things that I remember, which is one of my favorite things, Run DMC, Aerosmith.
Oh,
Walk
okay.
This Way.
That was huge. The marriage of hip hop and rock and roll happened at that point.
Yes, because we were already sampling, or hip hop was already sampling things,
Not rock though.
but not rock though. And that marriage of Aerosmith and Run DMC.
That's huge.
Well, if he fine up in the air, it's okay.
I got that record.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Walk
that's-
this way.
that's huge.
Dog this way.
Yeah.
Walk this way. Okay, you want me to keep going?
With your list, yes.
Okay, yes. Okay, so my next one. Shout out to the female MCs, because there was a time when it was a male dominated genre. And so then there was this moment when the ladies popped on the scene and say, push it. Mm-hmm. Salt and Pepper, push it. Okay,
Push it.
Push it. Push it real good.
Huge.
The unitard, the spandex unitard, the kufi caps, the haircuts,
The bobs.
the bob, the half bob.
Half bob.
Keep it real. It was a half bob, the unitard, the dookie link chains, the big leather chunky jackets, the boots, the leather boots. That was not only a moment in fashion, it was a moment for women
Yeah.
to step into the hip hop industry and claim their rightful places. And it was a mega hit.
Isn't it crazy that was considered risque back then?
And that was considered risque. Because if we fast forward now,
We don't
to
even-
Nikki,
let's
and
not even get
Fozzy
into it.
and everybody,
No.
and we got all kind of
No.
things happening right now in hip hop.
Oh my
but
God.
Push It
Push it.
was, oh my God,
Right.
what are they talking about?
Right. Push it.
Yes, and ooh, baby, baby,
That was huge.
baby, baby.
Yeah, that was huge. They broke through.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going.
Go ahead.
So another major moment in hip hop, and I can't remember the year, but I just remember it sticking out for me, was Heavy D and Janet Jackson, It's All Right.
Really?
All right with me.
That was a good song. That was a great song, actually.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Don't
I mean, this
worry
is all
a
about
thing.
our personal
So
lists.
for me, it stood out as a big deal for hip hop mixing with
R&B,
R&B,
pop.
Excuse me, because Janet is
pop.
more pop
Yeah.
than R&B, and for Heavy to be able to do his rhyme with Janet, and they
He
had
always
the Zoot
flirted with
suit.
that. Like he did. He did a
They
lot.
did the Zook suits. They was doing the video, and for Janet, because Janet is like Michael, and so you figure like that was a major gateway for hip hop into the pop stream.
That was almost like I don't know. I don't remember what year was that. I don't remember what year that was, but that's almost like New Jack Swing type of beat. You know what I'm saying? That
And
swing.
Teddy might have produced that.
He might have produced that.
He might have produced that.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Hold
yo.
on. All right with me.
All right with me. Right?
I Shibidibidib, 1989.
89. Holy
Janet Jackson
shit.
and Heavy D. All Right With Me was from Rhythm Nation 1814. From
Oh,
her
so that was
Rhythm
on
Nation-
Janet's joint.
That was on Janet's joint, Rhythm Nation.
Mm.
That's what they're saying. Album, Janet Jackson's Rhythm
Wow.
Nation 1814.
So that is kind of okay. So now it even
Do you see?
lends more weight to what you're saying, because that is the pop era, the pop field trying to reach over into hip hop and say, hey, we want to rock with y'all.
It really
like,
stood out
hip
to
hop,
me.
that means hip hop was really starting to make its way.
I felt like it was a really big deal, and it was charting.
Yeah,
It was charting on Billboard. It was charting on all these major.
I dig it.
And
I
Heavy
dig it.
D was getting into an area that many other rap artists were not able to get into because he did that.
It was like Heavy, Father MC, and that not too much more.
And Will Smith.
Yeah,
Jazzy
but
Jeff
in a
and the
different
Fresh Prince.
way.
Yeah.
Because they made like friendly type of
Yeah. They
feel
made the
good
pop,
hip hop.
K-pop kind of.
You know what I'm saying? But no, and this is no shade against Fresh Prince, Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince, because I love them. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's dope. Yeah, Heavy D and Janet
I
Jackson.
thought that was a
that's pretty
really
good. That's
big
good.
deal in hip hop.
That's good.
First, I just remember the video, and I remember them making a really big deal about it on MTV. Like, and Janet, because Janet was pop, and Janet could play on MTV, and then you're throwing Hev in there, you know, and
Shout
that
out to
being
Heavy
a
D.
thing.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to
to
Heavy
the
D.
legend, Heavy D. My mom used to love Heavy D.
Yeah, everybody loves Heavy
Oh.
D. Okay, so my other one,
Oh.
I have five.
And he rock with
majors.
Super Cat and stuff too. But go ahead.
Okay, so because I have to represent where I was born
Okay.
and raised, I thought a really big thing for me in my childhood or in hip hop, and I gotta check the year, but De La Soul and Potholes in My Lawn. When that video came out in hip hop, when the video came out,
Oh my God.
it was a
Changed
very,
my life, yo.
it was a very special time. Hold on.
Especially coming from Long Island, I get
And
that
I
even
was
more.
born and raised, for those of you who don't know, Amityville, Long Island, the home of De La Soul. And that was a really big time.
I find that it's not wise to leave my garden untended because I have not parted. No, oh, come on, man.
Okay, so Potholes in My Lawn. The year again, 1989.
89, yo.
The same as Janet and Hev. Okay?
That's heavy.
That
No
was a
pun intended.
really big moment for
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
It was a big moment, first of all, for Long Island. It was a great moment for us kids in Amityville to see some kids who lived in the neighborhood talking about potholes that actually existed.
Yeah,
in our lawns.
so we got a couple seconds on this. Tell them what the pothole, because
Okay, I have stepped into the potholes of my grandmother's front lawn and nearly broke my damn ankle.
that was a thing in Long Island.
It was a
in
really
your
big thing.
town.
A lot of lawns were not leveled out right when they built these homes and these properties. And so we be out there playing. You step in a dip and you twist your ankle. All kinds of shit was happening. There were tons of potholes in lawns all over Long Island. Shout out to Jefferson Avenue.
So they took the whole potholes in my lawn thing from a literal thing in their neighborhoods, and then they flipped into a double entendre,
Double entendre.
about people copying their style, biting their
Copying.
rhymes and stuff
Right.
like that. Potholes in my lawn.
Shout out, rest in peace to
Oh
Dave.
man,
Rest in peace to Dave.
yes,
Shout out to Paz.
classic.
Shout out to Maze.
So yes, that is a pivotal time in
Yeah.
hip hop.
Yeah.
Potholes in my lawn and the 3 Feet High and Rising
Rising.
album, which of course revolutionized the game.
The
They
verse.
just the whole skits and stuff like that. That started the whole native tongues and all
tongue.
that. I mean, De La Soul was
Shout out to the birth of the Daisy Age.
It's a Daisy age.
Yeah, and native tongue.
I love daisies.
Yes, and Prince Paul, the super producer.
Shout out to Prince Paul, yo.
Yeah, and shout out to just all of that stuff that was going on Long Island. We could go on for days about Public Enemy, Eric B. Rakim. We could go on Craig Mack, Eric B. Rakim, Craig Mack, Public Enemy. Who did I say?
You
I
said like you said all of them like 5 times.
EPMD.
It's a
Keith
lot.
Murray.
Yeah. Keith Murray. Central Islip.
Yeah. Okay, there's more, but I just
There's a
can't
bunch
think
of Long
Yes,
Island
K Solo.
artists.
Was K Solo from
I don't
Long
know where
Island?
K Solo.
Okay, so that was a thing from my childhood from rap. I don't know why 89 seems to be really strong for me right now.
Right there.
Okay, so then the final thing for me, which is a little bit later.
Okay.
Shout out to everyone in Baltimore who remembers what I did. But we're going to talk about MC Hammer and Let's Get It Started. Do you remember when MC Hammer came on the scene?
I do.
Out of nowhere from Oakland, California, and was doing something very different.
Yeah, he dissed Run
hip-hop.
DMC too.
And he dissed some folks. And he was dancing just on a hammer.
He was sweating in the video.
My beat is ever booming, and you know I get it started. Get it started. Get it started. Yes, I cannot leave out MC Hammer. Let's Get It Started from the hip hop moments that stuck out to me.
Yo,
from my youth.
he was going crazy in that
Listen,
video, son.
He had on like some pants and a blazer.
He had the damn you know what I'm saying, the hammer pants, yo. That's what we ended up calling the parachute joint.
The hammer pants.
Yeah, parachute pants.
Okay, hold on. Let me see what year that was. Let's get it started. Let's get it started.
He had the parts in his head, the Jerry curl on top.
Please don't tell me that was 89 again. I would be so mad.
It might have been.
Hold on. Oh, you know what? Because the Black Eyed Peas had that song too.
Nah, MC Hammer, Let's Get It Started.
Okay, MC Hammer, Let's Get It Started. The year 88?
88. Wow, the same year as Kane?
The release date was 1988.
Same year as Kane?
Shit. I didn't realize.
Time to set it straight, you know what I'm saying?
Wow. I didn't know because I don't feel like I really knew it until several years later.
That's
I feel
crazy.
like I didn't know about it until like 90.
Maybe so. It
On
might have
the
been
East
like
Coast.
it might have been one of those joints that was out for
It
a
took
while.
a while to make it
before
over to the East Coast.
Yeah.
Wow.
I want to say 90.
Yeah, the release date is 88. Listen, okay.
On a hammer, and you will get rewarded. My beat is ever booming, and you know I get it started. Get it started. Oh shit, that is hilarious,
Can
yo.
I just tell you, at that time for me, as a girl who was dancing all over the place, that it was just such a refreshing thing for that to be happening.
Some dance shit.
Because from a dance perspective,
Yeah.
he had choreography, he had levels to his choreography, he had girls, he had guys, he had a whole ensemble
it was crazy.
people. And I felt like that was really like a turning point, and it was so different from East Coast hip hop.
Completely.
When Hammer came out and he was doing his
Why he
stuff.
this Run DMC though? I don't get it. I don't understand why he had to do that. Why he felt like he had to do that.
I don't know.
Like,
But you
damn,
do
in the
know,
video and everything.
You know, when I was in middle school, I danced in the MC Hammer Dance Light contest, and I placed second place. And they gave me tickets to the concert. I lost to a little kid. I was mad about that shit.
I bet you were.
He was not even really dancing. Like,
Can I get my favorite hip hop moments?
Okay, so now it's your turn.
Is it my turn yet?
It's now your turn.
Damn, so these are like a whole segment.
I gave 5.
That's
I only
fine,
did
yo.
5.
I'm gonna have to think some shit up on the fly. I only got like 1.5.
But you told me to come
I'm
with the
just
list.
joking, yo.
Oh, I know you got a list.
All right, so the first one I want to talk about is BDP, My Philosophy.
Oh.
My Philosophy came out. This is when KRS-One came back with BDP after Scott Rock had been killed. So they had By All Means Necessary first. Scholar Rock gets killed. And that was just a huge moment, yo. Like KRS-One jumped back on the scene with My Philosophy. And it was just like, this is a whole higher level of emceeing.
Yeah, but can we talk about the awareness and the education?
Yes.
Of the lyrics.
All that, yo.
That KRS was putting out.
Listen,
and that
man.
we were taking in.
Listen.
Because our generation of hip hop was more educational.
Yes. Yes.
It was actually teaching some things to you that if you didn't know them, and it might cause you to investigate a little more.
Yep.
But KRS is a teacher.
Yes.
I know
Straight
he says
up.
that. I know he says that in his song, but literally, KRS was a teacher.
Yep.
He was dropping knowledge about things that you probably didn't.
You didn't
really
think
know.
about.
You didn't think about. You didn't know about. That
Yeah,
caused you to
man.
question common societal information that you thought that you understood. KRS was a teacher.
Let us begin.
Yeah.
What, where,
Why,
why, or when? Like, come on, this dude. I mean, the way he came back with My Philosophy,
Yeah.
it was just like an atom bomb drop
Yes.
on hip hop, yo.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
yeah,
came back so strong. And this is and By All Means Necessary. I mean, you talking about The Bridge Is Over, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Scholar Rock had them all. He's a
Scholar
Super
Rock had
all
'em
that
all.
shit. Like, and then to come with My Philosophy and all the joints that was on the
Yeah.
album, yeah, huge moment in hip hop for me.
But understand this generation, our age group, these 40 year and 50-year-olds, our foundation was educational hip hop. Rakim spoke about mathematics.
Yeah. Yeah, he was doing the 5% stuff.
He
heavy.
was doing the 5% stuff. Big Daddy Kane was doing a little bit.
He was
of
doing a little
numbers.
bit of 5%.
A little bit of 5%
little
stuff. You know, like it was a different era of information that was being put out to the
Yeah.
masses
Yeah.
in hip hop compared to say 2023.
So I'll stay along those lines, right? Another gigantic moment that I wanted to note was when Fight the Power came out, Public Enemy.
Oh yes.
Right?
Remember that? Remember that?
Come on, man.
Shout out to Spike Lee.
Shout out to Spike Lee. You know what I mean? Fight the Power came out. And I have to say, Fight the Power, the song and the video.
The video.
Like, those two things together, that combination was just
Did you
like,
not feel like you wish you were there for
Yes.
that video filming?
Yes.
The march, because it seemed like it was a march on
Yup.
Brooklyn or
Yup.
Harlem or wherever the
Flavor
march
Flav
was.
had the big ass clock on his neck.
And the lyrics, and shout out to Public Enemy, Chuck D, Long Island in effect, as always. The lyrics of the song and the time at which everything was happening. It was post Tawana Brawley. It was
right.
post some subway situations.
Yeah.
Some Forest
Still a
Park
lot of stuff going on.
There was a lot of stuff
lot of stuff going
happening.
on.
And Fight the Power.
Fight the Power, yo. Like, that we're talking about a movement.
Yeah.
And just like togetherness at that point in hip hop, it was unmatched.
I wonder where my medallion is.
I know, right? I had the Africa joint, you know what I'm saying? I had the leather necklace with the Africa emblem on it.
I have medallions and beads.
Let me see. Another crazy moment for me was when I'll talk about this. This is a very personal moment. When, you know, when Jay-Z came with the whole Blueprint situation, came with Takeover, and he dissed Mobb Deep and Nas, right? And Nas stayed quiet for a while. You know Nas is my guy, right? Everybody on the block know that Nas is my guy. Yeah. Nas stayed quiet for a while. When Nas dropped Ether,
Okay.
I was here. I was in this area.
Okay.
And I remember Big Tigger. I remember Tigger was on PGC.
PGC.
In DC at that point. Tigger probably played Ether. He had to play it like 10 times in a row, yo.
Wow.
He stopped. I mean, it wasn't like Funk Flex, like dropping the bombs and all that kind of stuff, but because he wasn't doing that. But he stopped that. He played that record so many times, and I was so happy.
It felt like New York for a second.
It felt like New York for a second, and it was just like Nas came back, like Godson. He came back, and Struck Back at Hove, that was a huge moment in hip hop in general because how big Hove was, pause, at that time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And for Nas to come back, and people counted Nas out. And for Nas to come back with Ether, nobody really saw that coming. Even those who loved Nas, like myself, didn't really see that happening. Okay. And the way that bomb was just like, boom, like.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Huge moment in hip hop. And you hear the Rockefeller people tell the story. It was a somber day around the office when that happened.
I mean, it doesn't have to be somber. This is what hip hop is about.
This is what hip hop is about.
Yeah.
That's what hip hop is about. Major moment in hip hop for me.
Okay.
Another personal one was when Wu-Tang dropped Wu-Tang Forever. Oh. Right, so their first album came out, I believe it was November of 1993.
Watch your step, kid.
You listen.
Watch your step, kid.
Don't get me started, yo.
Watch your step, kid.
And then Wu-Tang Forever dropped, I believe, in 95 or 6.
Okay.
Maybe, no, 97. And I stood in line at Tower Records.
Oh.
Up at GW campus in Washington, D.C.
Oh, yeah.
On a Tuesday night.
Wow.
I stood in line to get that album and played that album in its entirety on my way home. And once I got home, double CD.
Wow.
Like I was such a Wu head.
Yeah.
That was a major moment because the first album, Into the 36 Chambers, was so crazy. Like, and you know, there's always the sophomore jinx thing or whatever. But Wu-Tang Forever was so sophisticated and the engineering on it was so high level. It was just like, it was just incredible. And the triumph and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? The video, that was a major moment for me with hip hop. Wu-Tang, number one.
Wu-Tang Forever.
Listen, I told you earlier, I bounce back and forth between Wu-Tang and Tribe Called Quest. It depends on what day you ask me, but Wu-Tang, man, like it doesn't get too much better than that. Yeah. So those are major moments for me. In hip hop, I have to get one more.
Okay.
It's not on my list.
Okay.
This is a major shift in hip hop. Right? Stick with me, y'all. Stick with me, Trina. So I have to give this dual-headed credit to Biggie and Lil' Kim. It's not necessarily something that I love, but Biggie invented bad bitch rap.
Yes, he did.
So you know exactly where I'm going with this, right?
I do.
Biggie invented bad bitch rap. He created Lil' Kim. And Lil' Kim came out. There might have been some groups before. I think Bitches with Attitude and stuff like that. They're very small. They didn't pop. But Biggie invented this whole Lil' Kim persona where she's rapping about her pussy and rapping about sucking dick and rapping all these things. You know what I'm saying? Fuck niggas, get money, and lick my pussy. All this vulgar, super vulgar, what we call bad bitch rap, which is
still happening, right?
Dominating today.
Yes.
Biggie invented that. I don't know if y'all realize that.
Yeah.
Critical and pivotal moment in hip hop that I actually despise. I despise it. I despise the fact that as a female or as a woman artist, you have to twerk and show and shake your ass on stage or in videos in order for us to put money behind you.
It's the industry.
I hate it.
It's the industry.
I hate it.
It's the sexism of the industry. It's a male-dominated industry that says that if women are going to be in the industry, they need to put everything, all of their assets forward.
I hate it.
It sucks.
But that was a major shift in the industry, and it did provide a way for a lot of women and artists to pop off in the industry, and they're dominating today, I guess, according to like radio and all those other things.
20 years later.
20 years later, or at least. Yeah.
20 years later.
So I gotta say that was the major moment in hip hop as well.
Okay, so here's my last thing.
You got something else
that I forgot and that I have to acknowledge in being in a club scene and being in the party scene. And I realized that I didn't put it on a list, that a major hip hop moment was Mobb Deep and Lil' Kim, The Quiet Storm.
That was major. That was major. That was
The
huge.
way that it shook the clubs.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy.
It's just like whoever the producers were behind the
Havoc.
Shout out to Havoc. Shout out to just the way that the flow came on that song, and just hot damn ho, here we go again. Light as a rock, hard as a bitch. Like, she was killing it, and just the Quiet Storm beat of it in the video was red.
Yeah, it was dope.
Just all of that stuff, because this was kind of coming on the end of videos, because videos are not really a thing now.
Yeah.
But
Sadly.
that song,
Yep.
that was a major collaboration, and Lil' Kim was already hot.
Yeah.
And that song came.
Fish grease.
It kind of came on the slide, like,
Yep.
oh, here's the song.
Funny thing about that song? The funny thing about that song?
Tell us.
Is that it started off as the version still exists. If you look it up on Tidal or whatever, that song originally was just called White Lines, and it was just Prodigy, 3 verses.
Wow.
White Lines, which is one of my favorite Prodigy songs of all time.
Wow.
And then they remixed it and put Havoc on there, and they put Lil' Kim on there, and that's the joint. So on their album, both versions are on there. The first version is just Prodigy, White Lines, and he spazzes on this song.
Wow.
He goes nuts.
I think,
And then the Lil' Kim version just took off.
I think Lil' Kim was already in the stratosphere, but that catapulted her to a whole nother level of, because she's already had the Junior Mafia thing, she's already had the Biggie stuff and the Bad Boy stuff, but her rhyming with Mobb Deep and doing that song,
Come on,
the way
nobody
they
saw
did
that coming.
song,
Yeah.
nobody saw it coming. And when
Nobody
it
saw
came
that
out in the clubs, it was like a shut the club down, kind of like the Benjamins.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the tunnel was still popping back
Yeah.
then in New York. I never went to the tunnel for the record, but yeah, the tunnel was still popping, I believe, at that point. And I think that was 98 was maybe 98.
7.
Maybe later than that. Yeah, they popped off of that joint. That went crazy.
That song it's a classic, and it's just hands down.
You just think about the songs that were on the radio back then. I mean, it was wild.
It was
wild.
a different world, and people were really rapping. Like right now, I don't really understand what everybody's saying, and I don't really listen.
Right.
I'd be like,
well, we don't listen to the radio. We don't listen to radio, so
oh, and I don't listen to radio. So
yeah,
that
we'll talk
too.
about that. We'll talk about that experience on another episode.
That's
It's a
another
whole
episode.
situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are some dope hip hop moments. We gotta give it up. Hip
Yeah.
hop. 50 years, yo.
50 years. 50
50
years.
years.
And we're in our 40s. So go figure. We've been here. We are present for the birth, the rising, and the growth of hip hop. So it's been something.
Yeah, my ears just needed to mature a little bit, and I had to grow up a little bit for me to be like, wait a minute, this is something that I love. This is something that I can just be and do. You know what I'm saying? So I live hip hop. I always do. It's my culture.
Yeah. Same.
You know what I'm saying?
Same.
So, speaking of hip hop, Kanye West made $25 million in 24 hours selling Yeezys. Shout out to Adidas. $25 million in 24 hours, yo.
Shout out to Adidas. Stupid is as stupid does.
Yo.
Y'all fumbled all of this.
Woo. What how young kids say? They fumbled the bag?
Fumbled the bag.
Because even with them selling this stash of Yeezys that they had, they're donating most of the proceeds apparently to these organizations that are like anti-Semitism type of
this is a
organizations, whatever.
It's a mess.
Supporting the Jews and all that kind of stuff because of Kanye's, you know what I'm saying, discrepancies, I
This
guess.
is a hot mess express.
Hey, listen, people are buying them. People want those sneakers. They love the sneakers. I have on Yeezys right now.
Right now.
As we speak, I have them on my feet.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you 25 million in 24 hours?
Listen.
What did he do?
He walked around the streets with a shirt
Shoulder
with
pads
shoulder
on.
pads and shoes with no. I don't know what the shoes were. They were like
No,
stocking,
he be having crazy prototypes and
stocky
stuff.
shoes on. Maybe there was a heel reinforcement, but it looked like he was just walking the streets with his new wife, and like I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I mean, you know what it was? 25 million.
Oh, it's 25.
It's $25 million. And listen, money is not the end all be all. It's just money. You know what I'm saying? So
It's just money.
yeah, it's
But
just,
when it's 25 million, it's a different level of it's just money.
but it's still just money.
Yeah.
I don't care how much it is. It's just money. And they say if for anybody who thinks that making a bunch of money is gonna make you happy, they've never made a bunch of money.
Right, because Kanye still looks miserable.
Well, I mean, we don't, we see we're on the outside looking.
Looks.
But hey, man, from a business perspective, 25 million in 24 hours ain't that bad of a deal. Shout out to Kanye West for that. Oh man, hilarious, man.
Lord have mercy.
I'm just laughing because people take stances. And I find it funny, you know what I'm saying? It's like at some point you'll forget your little stance, or you'll be on an island on your own. And
I'm standing on it.
More power to you. You know what I'm saying? It is what
Yeah.
it is, and it's not just Kanye. It's anything. Like, we're on the outside. Anything that's outside that falls outside of your little village and your little universe, and you decide to take a stance on something that that's way out. It might be a little funky for you at some point because you have absolutely no control or no idea of what actually is happening.
Okay.
So
I
I just stay neutral. Okay. It is what it is. And then this is we'll let you tell people about Babyface, the power of Babyface.
Listen.
This Negro.
I only think of you.
Listen. On occasions.
Babyface just released, or should I say NPR, just released the Babyface Tiny Desk. And can I just say to the Tiny Desk people, hi, we're the Where's Brunch podcast, and we would like to attend a Tiny Desk production. Okay, so back to it. Babyface produced a Tiny Desk production, and he had powerhouse background singers.
Background singers.
We're talking Shantae Moore, Avery Wilson,
and
Tank. Okay, they were doing the woo woo woo. Okay, they're the background singers.
Can you woo woo woo?
Can you woo woo woo? Okay, they are hitting it for Babyface in a Tiny Desk, and it's so dope because Tiny Desk just throws it up, and the first thing I say, I'm like, wait. Do you see who the backup
singers are? Like,
and it's an honor.
It just shows you the power.
Yeah.
Like how much of that nigga Babyface is.
He is. To just have Shantae Lattimore just come on down.
Shantae Moore.
I'm sorry, Shantae Moore. I be calling her Shantae Lattimore Moore, but her name is Shantae Moore.
Shantae Moore.
Because, yes, she's Shantae Moore now.
And Tank.
Tank. DMV's own Tank.
Y'all know y'all be putting on y'all all white to go see Tank.
And Avery Wilson, who is a star within himself, he was just singing backup from Usher, I think in Paris or somewhere, or maybe he was singing background for Usher in Vegas. I don't know, but Avery Wilson is a voice. He is a young man who I recently found. I found him on Instagram by way of somebody else. And I was like, who is this man hitting these notes? Like killing these notes.
What was he doing on NPR?
Background for Babyface.
Background for Babyface.
But this man can
That's
sing.
not anything against these people.
Right.
It's an honor to be background for Babyface.
Yeah.
And that's the point that we're making. Like,
It's like,
this dude is a legend in the flesh.
and Babyface is sitting with his big old blue,
his shades.
his blue blocker shades. Okay, they covered the whole.
He's still waiting for Teddy Riley to do his thing. You know what I'm saying? He's like, is this guy ready yet?
He's in his blue blocker shades. And
Whip
he is
appeal.
whip appeal.
Never keeping secrets.
Yeah.
When can I see you? Soon as I get home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sunshine.
But Babyface.
I care about you. Where will you go? For the cool in you? Are you kidding me?
For the cool in you.
Oh my gosh. Like how many stations did that get played on?
But listen, those are just his songs. We're not going to talk about the songs that he
wrote.
Produced, all these
Come
other
on,
things.
man.
Like
It's
he has a
Babyface,
whole
man.
nother catalog of just the songs that he wrote.
Dude is the truth.
And shout out to The Deal and After 7.
The Deal.
And all that stuff. Because
Whoa.
Babyface had a whole nother life before he just became Babyface
Man.
by himself. So
Props to her, yo. Shout out to Babyface.
And shout out to NPR.
We're trying to come on.
NPR is celebrating Black Music Month with all these fantastic performances. And again, hello, NPR. We are the Where's Brunch podcast. We would like to attend one of these experiences so that we can cover it, you know? Yes. Hi.
We love
We're in the
those
DMV.
shows.
We know you guys are in the DMV. We'd like to come and attend. Okay.
Yo, when is Cleo Soul gonna come to the US?
Oh no. Hey, Cleo Soul.
Yo, Cleo
We're the
Soul.
Where's Brunch podcast.
We
and we would
love you.
to attend your US debut.
We'll buy tickets. We're not asking for anything.
Yeah, we'll
we
come.
only want you. Listen, and be clear. We are 1,000% planning on finding Cleo Soul tickets in London and traveling to London
Yes.
to watch Cleo Soul in person in London.
Because we're going to London.
We've already talked about
We're
this
just gonna
multiple
do
times.
this.
Yeah.
We're going Cleo Soul and DJ Jyoti.
Oh yeah,
We're
we love
going
her,
to the
yo.
underground to go
Boiler
to
room,
the
yo.
boiler room for one of her DJ sessions.
Oh man, she's so dope.
She's so dope.
She's so
And
dope, yo.
This is where we are right now. We're planning trips to London to meet perfect strangers.
Straight up, we might not meet you. As long as we in the room, it's fine.
It's totally fire.
This ain't no stalker shit. We just want to be in the build. We just
Yeah,
want to
I just wanna
experience the music, feel the music.
I just want to sweat a little bit.
Yeah, she's so dope, yo. I love her.
she is.
Cleo Soul too, man. We love Cleo Soul. We play her
Yes.
all the time
We
in the
play
house.
you all the time for all kinds of things.
All the time, yo. If y'all don't know about Cleo Soul, man, y'all better get up
Yes.
on that. Shout out to Joe Budden podcast for that. They put me on to Cleo Soul.
Yeah.
And yo, we listen to that
We
all
listen.
the time.
Definitely listen.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yo, I think this is I think we better wrap.
Why?
Because we've been drinking.
I've been drinking. I've been drinking. Baby, you quit.
Look at your arm hanging on the microphone stand. Titties out. Arm hanging on the microphone
Are
stand.
my titties really out?
Oh, they out. Oh, I can't wait to edit this.
Oh.
I'm getting some close ups. We about to
slow-mo?
take off, y'all. Listen, Trina.
Huh?
That's it. We gone. We're done. We're out. We're gone. Where's Brunch podcast is about to be in another stratosphere.
wait,
Trina just did it.
We got a shout out and wine for our slushy drinks that we are sipping
Shout out.
tonight.
I'm not going to see Jess before a podcast anymore. Jess, this is your fault.
She likes this.
I love Jess.
Yes. Okay, so shout out to Unwind.
Shout out.
I feel like they're official sponsors of this.
I know.
point.
We
We
working
are drinking slushies.
we
I have
working
a
together.
frosé and you have a peach
bourbon smash type of
peach
situation.
bourbon slash
It's
smash.
it's like a slushy type of situation too.
We had such a great time today for National Rosé Day.
It's all love,
I just want
y'all.
to say hello to everyone that we met today.
What's the owner's name again?
Huh?
The owner.
Vanessa.
Vanessa. Shout out to Vanessa. I love Vanessa.
Yeah,
she's
so
dope.
great. She
She's so
gave us
sweet.
Today. She's such a sweetheart.
She be working though.
Yes, she was working. Shout out to
Shout out to Vanessa. y'all.
Nikki.
Nikki.
Shout out to Brett.
Brett.
Shout out to Jess.
Jess,
Shout
yes.
out to all the ladies that I met today who were
Yep.
hanging out
Just
and
hanging
having a good time around the bar at Revel.
They loved your pink dress.
Yes. Shout out to Lulu's for the dress today. Shout out to my handsome husband for, keeping me together.
Hey.
Smelling magnificent, I might add.
Yeah, I try. I try to appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you too.
This is, we did our best, guys.
Hey.
This is either going to be the best or the worst pod we've ever done.
We're kind of sober, but not.
No, see, yeah.
We're not sober.
No. That was a good time. It was a good day today. And everybody,
day.
Please follow and subscribe and all that good stuff like Trina said in the beginning.
Yeah.
And if you made it this far that you are truly part of the Brunch crew, stay tuned for events.
Next week I have to be sober.
Yeah, stay tuned, guys. We're working on things. We're working on things. So I think that's all we got, right, baby?
I believe so.
Love you.
I love you too.
Y'all be good, man.
You're so cute.
Hey.